Well, that's the biggest blowout win in the history of Missouri State and second most points scored. Just kind of how does that sound?
I mean, we're glad that we did it tonight, and I just think it was a good team win. I mean, I think we had like 6 people in double figures, so it was just a great overall team win.
Is it kind of nice to have a game like that, maybe going into conference?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it just lifts the team morale and just gets us going, ready for conference. It's just kind of a tune-up. We know we have still things to work on, but we've improved.
This closes out a 2019 year when you guys went 31-5. I mean, what has this year been like for you guys? How special has this journey been?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking back the other day, like this year actually we went to Sweet 16. It's weird to think that that's all happened in 1 year, and I just think it just shows how far this program can go and how much of an upside we can bring, and just we can keep it going, keep the train moving.
Shameka's been a pretty crazy journey for you as well. Putting all the things that have happened and then battling back from an injury as well. I imagine when you look back on 2019, a lot of ups and downs, but a pretty special journey.
Yeah, it has been really great, and my teammates have been really supportive, so that helped a lot, and it was great to cheer them on to the Sweet 16. It was pretty cool.
What's the biggest thing that you can take from this game?
I think that we obviously now know that we still have that depth in our team, and that we'll still be able to rely on that in conference, and just that we've improved on the things that were glaring in Gonzaga, but we still definitely have progress to make.
How nice is it for you, all the seniors, to see some of these girls who don't get a chance to play a lot, not only play, but score, like Trinity Nat doing 2 3-pointers, and reward all the hard work they put in practice?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely deserving for all of them. I mean, they come in and put work in every day, so it only makes us happy to see them perform well on the court.
Talk about those turnovers. You guys had a lot in the first quarter, and then it kind of dwindled down the longer the game went. Was that the plan for you guys?
Well, Coach Mott's definitely brought it up to us at halftime, and we have a goal that we want to be under a certain number, and we always want to meet that goal. But she definitely brought it up to us, and so we knew that we better trim them down because we don't want to run for them later.
We couldn't be all positive for you guys.
No, yeah. There's definitely stuff to improve on.
But what is that number for you guys?
It's usually 13 and under. Yeah.
Just what are kind of your impressions of the Valley going in? It seems really tough this year.
Oh yeah, the Valley is tough, and we know we're going to have to bring our best game every day and every night. So I think, and we're going to have a target on our back, obviously, but I just think we're going to have to come out every night as a team and just be ready to play and be ready to give it our all.
How hard is it going to be for you guys to not? You guys have this Chicago trip, and then right after that's the Iowa teams coming in. Any worries at all looking ahead?
I mean, I think we're going to take it day by day and just game by game. We know our coaches are going to have us ready and prepared. So I think we know that if we go in there and give it our best shot, I think we'll be all right.
Alexa, we all know it's tough to win on the road in the Valley.
Yeah, for sure.
What you guys have done this year, though, and even dating back to last season, with this road mentality, how has that prepared you for this Valley season, do you think?
Yeah, I think our non-con, the road games we've had, have definitely are going to prepare us for later on. I think we kind of like going on the road for some reason. I think it's easy, our routine's controlled, and just when you're on the road, it's just all about basketball. We don't have any other distractions. And I think the coaches do a really good job of making sure we feel comfortable in that gym and just comfortable going there and just playing our best.
Were you able to watch Valpo or Loyola last night? Or what have you seen, or what do you know?
I know the coaches will fill us in about all of them, but I've watched Loyola a little bit. I watched their highlights in the DePaul game. I know they played them close, so they're good. They've improved a lot. All the teams have improved a lot in the Valley, so I think every night we're going to have to come in and just really play well.
All right, well, I thought that was a pretty fun game. This game was actually really beneficial for us. Coming off the loss before Christmas at Gonzaga, there were some things that, they kind of exposed us in and we needed to work on. And I thought when we came back from Christmas break, we had 3 really good days of practice where we focused in, on, taking care of the ball and, setting screens, using screens, guarding people. I didn't think we did a good job in Gonzaga talking through screens and communicating. So we had a lot of things that we were focused on in this game. And I also wanted some of our players who have been struggling a little bit off our bench to come in and get some confidence. And I think that happened tonight. It was a really good team win. And I told them in the locker room before the game, we have to be able to go deep in our bench, in conference and in postseason to continue to just, do great things this year. And I think, if people could just continue to step up, we'll do that.
Coach, biggest blowout win in the history of the school and second most points the program's ever scored in a game. Just kind of has that sound to you?
I mean, it sounds great. You know, and it's kind of crazy because we had 76 of those points off our bench. You know, our starters really didn't play too much. So that's what I told them in the locker room after the game. I'm like, if you can hit shots, you can hit shots. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're hitting an open shot against William Jewell or if it's an open shot against Loyola. So just getting that confidence to do it under the lights was really, it was promising to see some of those do that, especially Sydney Manning. I mean, she's a really good player. She played out of position today, played some point, which might become some of her position now because I think she did a great job at it. But she's a great shooter, and she was in a little bit of a slump, so for her to see it go through the net today was good.
You mentioned Gonzaga. How important was it for this team to get a little bit of confidence going into conference play after a loss like that?
I think it was important. I don't think we completely lost confidence. I just think we were not ourselves in that game. There was a lot of one-on-one basketball. We had 6 assists in that Gonzaga game, and that was one of the glaring stats, and 20 turnovers. And you know, so today we had 25 assists. You know, we had talked about sharing the ball, not everybody trying to be a savior, because that's not how we were winning games this year. So I was happy to see us doing that, especially in transition. We had a lot of great extra passes in transition. So I think it was good to get confidence back. I mean, it was really good to get the rust off before you have to play a conference game, because we haven't played in 8 days. So for so many reasons, this game was good. And just to see some, like Trinity, you know, come off the bench and have 10 points, and Bree, and some people that don't get opportunities usually in games, just to see them have some success was great.
This also closes out a really special 2019 for this Lady Bears program, 31-5 cumulative record for the team. How special has this calendar year been for both you and for those players?
It has been special. I mean, we have a lot of goals, but starting off this season right and, you know, kind of flipping the record from last season was a huge one. But we just did, you know, typically when we bring it in at the end of games, we take them and let them go with their parents for a second and they come in. But we went right into the locker room because I wanted to tell them how proud I was of them. Also, we did a little toast with sparkling cider. Okay, we did a little toast and just told them that how proud I was the way that they finished 2019 and all the stuff that we've accomplished in this year, and then how promising 2020 is going to be. And you know, I promised to give them my all, and that's all I asked for them. And a couple people said, you know, some things in there, some of the players, and it was really cool. I mean, it was a little emotional at one point, but it was actually really cool. And you know, I'm really proud of this team, and I think that the sky's the limit.
What is it that you like most about what your team's doing right now as you head into conference?
One, I like that they respond. You know, the Gonzaga loss, you know, it's not about the loss. If we lose and we fight hard, kind of Oregon State-ish, you know, and we get the loss, that's fine. But when we lose and we don't play anywhere near our ability, that's where coaches, you have trouble sleeping at night. So, you know, they understood that too, and they were really disappointed in themselves. So it wasn't really the loss, it was just more so of how we lost. So I just like that they responded. They responded in practice the first day back from Christmas, and they responded the next 2 days, and they responded tonight. So anytime we've had adversity, I mean, the Oklahoma game, we're down by 20, they responded. I like that, and I hope that we continue to, you know, fight through adversity that way. But that's the thing that, you know, the maturity of this team is really, you know, it's really amazing. I think it has a lot to do with going to the Sweet 16, but it has a lot to do with their trust in the process, and, you know, myself and my coaching staff. And
having that team leadership, how much easier does that make your job as a coach?
It's good. I mean, we do have pretty good leaders, but they're not consistent. We talk about it all the time because some, you know, like Alexa Willard is a leader, but she leads by example. So sometimes we need her to have more of a voice. Abby has a lot, you know, she has a great voice. Bryce, I sometimes have to push her to have a voice because the team responds to Bryce. So our leadership is good. It's coming a long way. I mean, it's come a long way, but at the same time, I think that could pick up a little bit more. But the maturity, you know, the maturity of our team is what really drives us, you know, because you got people that played in Sweet 16 that are sophomores, like Jasmine, who really plays like an upperclassman, you know. So I just think, you know, the maturity level of our team is great.
I won't get to talk to you again before Friday, so this now launches, you know, your first start into Valley, you know, conference play. What's kind of your mindset and your message to the team headed into Loyola Chicago?
I mean, this is a, you know, start of a new season. Non-conference is over. This is conference season. Basically, we're 0-0, you know, with the teams in our conference, and we just have to make a statement. Start with the first game. Loyola's playing great, you know. You know, before their loss last night, they'd only lost to DePaul, who's a top 25 team, top 20 team. So, you know, we got to continue. It doesn't matter who we're playing in our conference. Respect all, fear none. I tell them, I said that before this game. We respected this team. We scouted them. You know, we prepared the same way we prepare for any team. So I just want to make a statement, you know, starting with Loyola and just keep it rolling, you know. And I also told our team, like, it doesn't matter that we rolled through conference last year, you know, really with only one regular season loss or 2 regular season losses. But people aren't going to, you know, these teams, if anything, they're going to want to take us out, right? They're going to want to give us their best shot. So these teams don't care that we ran through the conference last year, and these teams are better this year. So our conference is pretty competitive. So I just want us to be consistent. That's what I talk about all the time. Being consistent, how we prepare, practice how we're going to play, and just attack it one game at a time.
You mentioned basically in preseason that you felt disrespected. Do you think that going into Valley play so far you've proven yourself to Valley that you guys should have been in that spot, or does that not really matter and all that matters is the Valley?
Yeah, I mean, I did mention that in preseason, and I mentioned it, you know, a couple times throughout the non-conference, but I think we've gained some respect, you know, but we have to keep proving ourselves over and over again. You know, Drake has won the regular season here for a while, and I think that they're going to have that air about them. You know, why not? They've won it. But I just think, you know, we have to continue to gain respect within our conference, yes, but we're not stressing that any more than we stressed it before, you know, as we played, you know, Gonzaga and South Dakota and Oklahoma and all these teams, Oregon State. So proving yourself every game, you're going to gain some respect, you know. And I just think that the conference is different this year. It's very competitive, you know, it's very competitive. So I think Loyola is going to go into that game thinking they're better than us. I think Drake's going to do the same thing, so is UNI. So nobody's going to, there's not going to be a fear factor. They're going to think that they can come and beat us. So we have to have the same confidence as we go play them.
Did the WNIT set you up well for the way the Valley schedule happens with having a game Saturday off, having a game on Sunday? Did that work out well, I think,
Yeah.
going into this?
We had a lot of one-day preps early in the season in the WNIT tournament and in just our non-conference. So that helped me, first of all, as a coach, because I'm not used to that. You know, in the conference season, I'm not used to having a one-day turnaround. So it helped me kind of get in rhythm. But I thought it helped our assistants, too, turning around scouts. Players are a little bit more used to that because they've been here last year, and pretty much Trinity's the only freshman. But I think, you know, just managing their bodies and their legs and turning scouting reports around was the biggest thing, and I think it helped our staff, and I think we're prepared now for it.
So Ellie, her head bounced off the floor. Is that what happened, and what's her initial diagnosis?
Yeah, Ellie, she's fine actually. She came up to me, I think there in the beginning of the fourth quarter, and was like, "I'm ready to go in," and you know, so did our trainer. And I'm like, "No, we don't, you know, we don't need you to go back in. It's all right. You played well." But Ellie's tough. I mean, she hit her head and was kind of like, you know, a little bit out of it for a second, but then when she stood up, I don't know if you saw, we kind of had a little exchange, and that was because she stood up and looked me in the face, and she's like, the first thing she said was, "Did I get the charge?" And so I kind of laughed, and I was like, unfortunately, no, but, you know, good try. So she's a tough kid. I mean, she'll be fine, and she'll bounce back.
So she cleared everything in it? Concussion stuff or whatever?
Yeah, she cleared. She passed everything. Yep.
And then the PA announcer had to announce that she committed the foul.
I know.
Who's at that point?
Yeah, that's what she was really pissed about. You know, she was really pissed about she didn't get the charge, but that's what kind of kid she is.
Are you ready for the real thing to start, the games that are going to count?
Yes, for sure. Conference season? Yeah, you know, I mean, I think non-conference has completely prepared us for our conference, and just playing that, you know, caliber of teams we played and the way we prepared for each game. I think that now conference is going to prepare us for postseason as well. So yeah, I mean, this is it's exciting because I think it's going to be pretty competitive in our conference, and you know, we want to win another championship. You know, regular season, which we had a chance to do last year, and that kind of slipped away. That's another goal of ours. But then tournament championship. So we just got to take it one day at a time. But this is exciting, you know, because you know these teams. There's some rivalries built in. So yeah, it's gonna be a good conference season.